Alright, time for a team battle. First one in a long time. This is going to be a 4v4. DS taking on Absolute Empire Team AE. A new team led by Kazuhi. I think co-led by Sandy. I'm not sure. But it's going to be a 4v4 normal. First up for us is Alexis using Kagero. And for Lionofash. Huh. Interesting name. For Lionofash, he is also using Kagero. And wow. I don't know how to feel about the fact that Alexis' opponent just said that. um, Not even a minute in, Alexis' opponent just says you're gonna lose. Not exactly sportsmanlike, but we'll see what happens. All in good fun. Alexis starting with a semi rush. Attacks the Vanguard, gets a trigger. The attacks the Vanguard and opponent gets a trigger. This next one is gonna hit unless he guards. He does not, and no trigger appears. And Lionofash doesn't heal, so 2 damage right off the bat. Liono is exhibiting confidence, using the red pulse skill, and he got a grade 3. I don't have any ability to know what it is, but he did get one. He used both counterblast in one turn. That is an interesting choice. Oh, it was the end. It was Dragonic Overlord, and now he's discarding Dragonic Overlord to grab Dragonic Overlord. Thanks to the Griffin. And now Burnout is going to Soul Blast and put Dragonic Overlord into the bottom of the deck and retire her last remaining unit. He is using a lot of resources to do this. Keep in mind that the only way that he'll get ahead from this is with a critical trigger. And he never went into battle phase. That's fine. And there's a critical trigger. And a heal happened, so... Oh yeah, the heal doesn't work, but a draw trigger appeared. So Alexis has more hand, but Lionofash has less damage. He went out of his way to get rid of all of Alexis' field resources, as well as set up for next turn, where he's more than likely going to ride a break ride. Alexis calls Whirlwind Dragon to Vanguard and a booster behind, and gets a critical trigger. Gives it all to Vanguard, and now Lionofash has 4 damage already. And this is one thing that you can do against Kagero, is that if you don't play a lot of units, they can't retire units. Alexis takes the rear guard. I'm guessing she's going to guard the Vanguard. And she is. That is a 2 pass. And he doesn't get 2. He got 1, but he didn't get 2. If the other one had been a critical, it would have ended right there, and that would have been... I don't want to be that guy, but you can't call something like that anything but luck sack, if that had happened. Oh, and here's the problem, is that because Lionofash did so much so early, Legion is gonna happen. He's basically allowed Alexis to Legion really quickly. And from this, Alexis can kill Eternal Bringer Griffin and Burnout Dragon, because she called Predation Dragon Knight Elham to the field. So Elham retires, Pain Laser retires, Pain Lasers retires like the Counterblast 1, by the way. She doesn't forget, although I wonder why she retired Menace Laser. I mean, why she flipped Menace Laser when she could have flipped the heal or the draw. Soul Blast 1. and attacking for 33k. A trigger didn't appear, so the rear guard can't attack at all. Ooh, Dragonic Overlord the end. I mean the reverse. He has to literally drop his entire field in order to use this unit's ability. Wow. 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 He just dropped so much shield. He just dropped 55k in shield. He is declaring right now that he's going to end it here. That is all that this is able to be, is a declaration of the end of the match. So now here's the thing. If Alexis can guard this, then... Oh, Alexis can't guard it. Heal trigger. Heal trigger at the last clutch moment. I think Alexis just won from that. I actually think I can say that Alexis just won this match because that happened. Even though he's at 3 damage, he gave up his entire guard to defend him, to do what happened last turn. As long as Alexis has the ability to do 3 attacks and force out the need for 10k guard on all of them, I think he can't guard. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Alexis retires one of the units. And she's debating whether or not to Soul Blast, and she did, making it 30k. It would have been 27 without, so it was definitely worth it to do that. And she got a Quintet Wall and a Perfect Guard, so she has guard for next turn, even if he does that skill again. Attacking 19k first to try to pull out the 10k guard, and 5k guards as well. So I'm not gonna lie, if Lionofash loses now, it was because he did rebirth earlier than he ever should have, or he did it in a way that he never should have. If he wins, it was because he took a risk and Alexis happened to be unable to guard at the right time. I kind of think that the 6th heal is going to make all the difference, but we have to see what happens. If this were Mythos, Mythos would put that Sealed Dragon into the soul, give the Vanguard 3k, call whatever's left in hand, and do the counter blast. But instead, he's just going to attack normally. So the Quintet Wall comes out, no pass. I think that's why he attacked normally, is because he knew that Alexis had Quintet Wall and Perfect Guard, so it's not like he can hit anyway. 13 to the rear guard, and that is guarded with... What is that? Soul Blast 1 during your opponent's main... Wait, what? Soul Blast 1 during your main phase when your opponent's rear guard in the same column as this is put into the drop zone, and you have a Predation Vanguard, pay the cost. If you do, unflip a damage. Huh. He no guards. 10k shield and pain laser to hand. She did not use her perfect guard last turn, by the way. So that perfect guard is still in play, and she can use it this turn. And he is in a situation where he just has to guard everything. So I'm guessing Alexis can perfect guard, drop the grade 3, 10k guard, which is kind of only in case of a trigger at this point, because Alexis kind of doesn't need with those columns. He'll never be able to. Oh, here we go. So 3k to the Vanguard. I'm guessing. Nope, he's deciding not to do that. Nope, he's gonna do it. 3k to the Vanguard. Call both the rears and then limit break. So 26,000. And to be honest, that was actually kind of a smart play. Yeah, if I was Alexis, I would make sure that this. Okay, no, wait. Is that a 2-pass? That wasn't a 2-pass. That was a no-pass. His twin drive is good, but if he wants the skill, he has to discard it. And she still has a perfect guard left in hand. The the reverse and a heal trigger. So he grabbed a 10k guard from that, but he can't guard the Vanguard. And now she has 3 attacks, so he has to hope Alexis doesn't trigger. If Alexis triggers, she might have this game. She didn't trigger. So now we can just call reverse to the rear guard, do limit break, and end it. A grade 3 was one of her twin drive checks, so she can't guard. Good game. It was a good match, and it went up and down, but I don't know. It was questionable on my part, but Lionel pulled it out in the end. Good games. On to game 2.